Yes. The nostalgic themes, alright guys. So, hello there guys, and welcome back to another session of Final Fantasy EX, and today, unfortunately for this game, it's gonna be the last one. So, thank you first of all very much for the hydrate there, amigo. And just to explain the situation to you right now, Karyu, so actually there's a correction. I had made a mistake. There actually wasn't 100 floors in that game. There was 80. And I should have listened to Migo all this time and accepted that his guide should be up to date with this. So there was only 80 floors to begin with. So we went from 61 to 80. And that's basically like, you know, that's not much in the end. And we discovered a way to get through floors efficiently because we started using... What did I forget the skill from? What did I forget the skill from Odin right now? Now I just forgot the name of the samurai skill, but the one that like lets me one-shot things basically. Like I found out how good that is, and I used that to like go through like splitzing through like floor 65 and beyond. It was pretty easy. And Emenalus thinks you're trolling. Yes, I do. And you know, Migo, you're not really doing much of like work to not have that reputation. I would say, Migo, that you're like a person that is 50-50 about whether they're actually talking about seriously about something or not. So, Zantetsken, yes. Zantetsken, thank you. That was the one I was thinking. I was like thinking Sen something, then I was like, wait, how did that go again? But yeah, Zantetsken. So that was a very good way to fight from 65 floor and beyond. Wait. Speaking of trolling, remember the kid who wanted to become a blitzball? He makes a comeback in X-2.8. Wait, what the fuck, really? And Karyu, I'm sorry, but I'm actually not gonna let you use the contradiction now because honestly, it would not be all that good for you because we're gonna be getting to the audiobook very soon and we're not gonna talk over an audiobook, obviously. Because really, that's everything that 2.8 is. Literally. 2.8 is an audiobook. And that's it. Yeah, I would refund you, don't worry. I think I got your points there. And I think that this is something fairly important to talk about right now because I want everyone to be on top of this. So 20 floors, we had a boss fight at floor 80. That took like an hour almost, and that was pretty boring. He was just spamming A basically, but it was numerous major. That was not an expected encounter, but that happened, and that was a much more diluted numerous major than I remembered it to be. And it was kind of sad. It was honestly like one of the worst bosses, the most boring bosses I've ever had to play. And we went over time because I didn't want to leave the boss fight hanging. Because we were there at like 50 minutes before the stream would normally end. And then I just went on and just did all that boss fighting and did the cutscene at the end. So that was it. So X2 last mission is done. I made a stream about that. Like all the stream content is there on our YouTube side. And the thing here now is that I still have the YouTube title and the icon to be X2 last mission, but I didn't get anything specific for this one in particular because I don't think there's much concept art for an audiobook. And I wouldn't want to do it for like a 1 hour stream, so I'm just like calling this to be an additive of X2 last mission, basically. So yeah, the goal today is to just go and do this one. I think I can show the window. Do I have the right window? I don't. There we go. And if I show it, yep, that's it. So literally, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this, we've done this. All we got is this one, and it's gonna immediately launch us to a audiobook. And once we're done with this, X is completely done. We have spent like, I don't know how many months already on X. And now it's over, finally. And we're gonna be moving on to Final Fantasy Tactics Advance after this. I got everything prepared, so don't worry about that, but it's gonna be a transition. So, as usual with the YouTube side, I will have a separate stream for that prepared. You don't see it right now, but I'll give you guys the links and publicize the video as soon as the time comes. But for now, we're just gonna go back and just sit back, relax, and listen to the last piece of content there is for Final Fantasy X. Now the thing here is that actually the funny part here is that this game actually doesn't... I actually haven't really done anything. I haven't really done anything else than just prepare the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and that's all. Like everything else, if there's gonna be any like complications, I'll just discover them as I go. But for now, this is what it is. Fun fact, there's a mod for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance called Final Fantasy Tic Tacs Advance. You know what? I can see why, and that does sound pretty funny. But I'm not gonna look into that right now. I haven't prepared for any mods, and I'd rather have the original experience before I even try considering any mods. But yeah, basically this is all I'm gonna get, and after that it's gonna be next game's time, so not a very long Final Fantasy X-2.8 stream here. Okay, well, we'll see about that. If I ever come to that again in the future. Actually, you guys won't see it, but we'll play the original experience. As long as there's no reason not to play the original to begin with. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna get straight to this, but I'm gonna first adjust the settings here, because the moment I click this, it's gonna open up, but I cannot do anything about it, and I have to actually first change the game to be this, so I'm gonna like do 2 launches on this, but it's gonna be fine. So yeah, guys, hope you got your peepers ready to listen to whatever you have to, become monkey, go ape, become monkey, and yeah, just enjoy the audiobook before we move on to the real gaming. So let me see, can I like pause this? I can. Okay, so that works too. So we don't actually have to do any separate windowing for this. I can just keep this one active and leave it at that. Alright. Become one with it. Yes. Now, it's gonna be like a movie night at this point, but you guys just... I won't be talking over this, unless I had a really good reason to, but I'll just let you guys listen. Don't worry, this one has subtitles, so you can actually like... Even if you don't want to like fully listen, you can just read this stuff. And I'm sorry that it's an audiobook, but this is the only thing we have left. That being said, I will say one more thing. There is still also the X-2.5 novel that was made, but nobody talks about the novel. I mentioned this before, but I mentioned it again, that there is more content for this, but nobody likes the novel. Nobody really accepts the novel content, so this is just about as definitive of a experience for the game as you can get. So yeah. I mean, because you guys probably want to have the subtitles too. And I don't know if I'm gonna be really that great of an audiobook. You know what? Just for your own happiness and satisfaction, at least do something. I'll bring Fat Pikachu to our listening session. So, at least we're gonna have something to look at, I suppose. Happiness with the Pikachu. Imagine, dude. Too bad I don't have any 7-year-old kids in my streams. And I think it's better that we don't. But yeah, let's get straight to business then. I'm sorry if I'm gonna make too much sound.
Two years. It's been 2 years since Spirit entered the Eternal Calm. I was given a new life. For a year, I was able to walk alongside Yuna. It was great. It really was.
I won't talk too much on this one, Creamy Pasta, but hope you're gonna enjoy this. We're listening to the X-2.8 audiobook, so I cannot talk much on this one, but hope you're gonna enjoy this well, in case you know the game already. But if you don't, you might wanna avoid spoilers too much. That's true.
Kurgum and I were walking down Bevel's Stadium Road, formerly known as Micah Road. The stadium that was supposed to be completed by now is still bearing its skeleton. Will the tournament really take place here? How will the council take responsibility if it doesn't? Well, it doesn't really matter to me. It has no bearing on my life. The real issue for me is the crowd up ahead, and the star shining in the middle of it.
Hey, Chuami, not that way. We gotta hurry.
Waiting on you, so we might as well just be late. Anyway, look. Isn't that Titus?
Huh? Oh, wow, it is him.
Let's go take a closer look.
Okay.
What, are you nervous? The reason for Kurgum's nervousness wasn't Titus's status as a Blitzball superstar, but because he was one of the legendary Guardians. Alongside High Summoner Yuna, he had literally saved Spira from annihilation. By the by, I too was feeling a little nervous. My reason being that he knew my father.
We always root for you. Go get him.
Oh, it's
Hey,
so awesome
thanks.
to meet you.
Cheer for me, okay?
Can I get your autograph? Oh, okay.
Gotta
Yes,
go
after
knock
my
it
number.
out.
Great net last match.
Thank you. Oh, that's so
Thank
great.
you. Thank
Can I get
you.
an autograph too?
Shake my hand, man.
I've been your
Hand,
fan
my
since
hero.
forever.
Come on, man.
Titus, we're rooting for you!
Yep.
Yep. It wasn't just his words that were hollow. When I shook his hand, his grip felt weak and lifeless.
Okay, well, I gotta get going. I'll see y'all at the stadium.
Now that is what you call a star.
That I won't deny, but
What is it?
I think he's injured. Or maybe he's sick or something. Hey, Kurgum, which team is favored to win it all?
Probably the Besaid Aurochs.
And after them?
The Albed Psyches, maybe?
Okay, let's find a betting parlor. We might make a fortune.
Chuami, is that really... No.
Allow me to make formal introductions. This is my childhood friend, Kurgum. If all was right in the world, he'd be a summoner. But things as they are, he currently serves as a council-authorized sender, who ushers souls to the far plane. My name is Chuami, and I serve as Kurgum's assistant. But in reality, he serves me. Now don't misunderstand. This isn't about love or some such, and it never will be. The future may be uncertain, but that I know for sure. This is not some kind of ironic lead-in. Repeat, not a lead-in.
Come on, let's go.
All right. We had been assigned to fly to Besaid Island on behalf of Spirit Council Chancellor Barreleye. Just a minor errand, really.
Is that Besaid Island?
No, dummy, that's Kilika.
We are approaching Besaid. Prepare for landing.
Did you just laugh?
Of course not. Chuami, I can't breathe.
Prepare for landing, weapon yuck.
You brats.
Our objective is to meet the one and only High Summoner Yuna. She currently serves as an advisor to the Yevoners. Now, Yevoners, you know the story with them. Stuffy, anachronistic fossils. They're the guard dogs of the old ways and so-called morality. The recent commotion caused by hardline Yevoners has been quelled. But it's nauseating to think that organizations like that still exist in Spira. I really don't like these Yevoners. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in meeting the heroine who defeated Sin 3 years ago and freed Spira from a 1,000-year curse. She also must have known my father well.
Laughing is free.
So, what business does the council have here?
My apologies, Mayor Lulu. But my instructions are to speak to Lady Yuna in person.
Oh, yeah? Well, then I guess we should let you see her. Not. Lots of people come here saying the same thing, yeah?
We're here to spare Yuna any unnecessary headaches. Now state your business.
But
Well, I guess you got a job to do, too. Let's do this. I'll take you to Yuna, but I sit in on the meeting, too. We'll all share the pain, eh?
What pain is there for you, I thought. But I said nothing because the big-breasted mayor and the oafish caretaker were also legendary guardians. They knew my father too, so it wouldn't have been wise to start trouble right away.
This place used to be called the Cloister of Trials. It's just a regular passageway now that there's no faith. Summoners used to walk through the room farthest down to meet with the faith. That's where Yuna is right now.
What's Lady Yuna doing there? I mean, if there's no faith.
Even with no faith, you can still pray. That's what Yuna does now.
what does she pray for?
Peace on Spira.
Yeah, right.
Say again?
Oh, nothing. By the way, Mr. Waka, I'm a little confused about Yevoners. Their objective is not restoring power to the Yevon temples?
What, we starting from there? Well, I guess it's pretty important, so I'll explain. Yevoners aren't trying to control the world through the teachings like the old temples did. All they're trying to do is live their own lives by the teachings. That's all. It's just one way of living.
I don't quite understand the difference.
The temples maintain several big lies. Sin being a manifestation of human misdeeds, the taboo against the use of machines, that kind of stuff. But everything else they said was pretty much on the money. Gratitude for the bounty of nature, respecting your neighbors.
But all of that just sounds like common sense. I don't think you need to become a Yevoner and pray.
That's why I said it's one way to live, not the only way. How old are you?
17?
So you'll learn soon. The older you get, the harder it becomes to change how you live. Even in this new age, there are people that are lost. Yevoners are a gathering of people like that.
So it's different from, say, New Yevon?
Those guys were just using Yevon's name to gain the people's trust, eh? Their views were actually progressive.
So the Yevoners are backwards thinking?
Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Anyway, New Yevon is gone, and now it's a council. What's the point of discussing it now?
So, to sum up, Yevoners are basically a gathering of weak people?
Chiwami?
Why you gotta go and say it out loud? Everyone knows, they know.
If they know, they shouldn't just crawl into a hole. They should go out and try to live. They think they maintain the peace through prayer? Talk about delusional.
Chiwami, was it? Be kinder. Be bigger. Your kind of thinking will only hurt those people.
I didn't like how he said those people. As if he had no stake.
Okay, wait here. I'll bring Yuna. Just keep it to business. If you hassle her like you did with me, I'll throw you out.
Hassle? Perhaps I was hassling. I was irked. Praying for peace? Far too late for that. My mother was killed by Yevoner hunters. She was impaled by a spear and died with blood streaming from her chest. She wasn't a Yevner, just a sympathizer. If it wasn't for them...
Chuami, I know how you feel, but please, we have a job to do.
I know.
Just please. Oh, it's Lady Yuna.
Hello, and welcome to Besaid, home of the Yevoners. I am the priestess Yuna.
Greetings, my lady. I am Kurgum, an authorized sender. I have long wanted to meet you, and I have something for you from Chancellor Baralai, and...
I see. Then please leave the package, and be on your way.
Hold on there. Did you just hear what he said? He said he's waited a long time to meet you. Ever since he awakened, he's been waiting for this day to...
No, it's fine. You must be very busy.
Kurgum, stay out of this.
But Lady Yuna said she's busy.
Busy? Too busy to eat? Too busy to sleep? Too busy to talk just a few moments to guests who came all the way from Bavel?
I apologize. I had to interrupt my prayers, so I'm feeling a bit anxious.
I think Spira is peaceful enough without your prayers. Sure, there's trouble here and there, but the council takes care of most of them.
I suppose so.
Huh?
Hey, we don't need that kind of talk. You brought something, then let's see it.
Yes, here it is.
Kurgum gave the sphere he received from Chancellor Baralai to Yuna. The sphere showed an image of the moonflow. In its currents were two enormous yet adorable shoe puffs, wading together lovingly, tangling their long noses.
Two shoe puffs?
One morning, there was another one.
Well, where'd it come from? The Moonflow shoe puff is supposed to be the last one?
30 years ago, there was a shoe puff couple, but the female was attacked and killed by Sin. There are elderly folk who claim that it is that shoe puff.
The beckoning.
Yeah, it has to be.
But this time, it's not the Yevoners. We've forbidden the beckoning outside of the far plane.
I don't know the reason, but Chancellor Baralai insisted that Lady Yuna see this, then come to Bavel to discuss it.
Kurgum, you're a sender, right?
Yes.
Then you can do it too. This shoe puff is merely an illusion. If you send it, it will cease to be.
That's not the only problem.
The moonflow is overflowing again. The area around the moonflow is always teeming with spiritual energy, but this is abnormal. We need to find out why, on top of finding out who brought back the shoe puff. I'm pretty sure the council thinks it's the Yevoners. So it's best if Lady Yuna goes to see them personally. Her voice carries weight with many.
Baralai just wants Yuna to bail him out. Appease the council yourself, why don't you?
Waka,
Yuna was supposed to be spared from politics. That's why she shouldn't...
She shouldn't...
I'm so sorry. I can't go. But that will get you two in trouble, right? So let's do this. I'll create a letter sphere for the council, and you can take...
I saw Tidus in Bavel. Your boyfriend, right?
Yes. Did he look well?
He was hiding it, but he looked injured.
Really? Waka, did you know?
Nope.
Probably doesn't want to worry people.
Chuami.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yuna, let's go talk to Lou.
All right.
After leaving the temple, we were left alone for a while. I don't know what they were discussing, but it was clear that Yuna was moved more by her boyfriend's injury than Spira's current problems. Hey, Kurgum. I'm a little annoyed.
But it looks like we can fulfill our duty. Besides, we get to talk to Lady Yuna a bit more. I always wanted her advice on how summoners should live in a world without the faith. And you can ask about Master Orin.
Shh. They find out I'm his daughter, they'll all start kowtowing. That info is our doomsday weapon.
Orin's daughter?
Mayor?
Is that true?
Yes, it is. Did you laugh?
Have you ever lived with him?
No, but I heard stories from my mother.
Have you even met him?
I was too little to remember. You can't prove otherwise.
You don't look like him at all.
I take after my mother.
There were others that looked more like him.
Huh?
Orin, Raska, Jecht. I've met many a swindler claiming to be their children, asking for their things.
And you think I'm one of them? Are you calling my mother a liar?
I won't go that far. But if Orin did have children, there's no way you wouldn't remember him, and he wouldn't hide it from us. Orin isn't that kind of man.
Big breasts, bigger attitude. Just because she knows Orin, she thinks she can say anything. I've confirmed the mayor as a hostile, but that's just fine. I'll deal with her eventually. Anyway, Yuna, Kurgum, the caretaker Waka, and I decided to stop by the Moonflow before going to Bavel. The airship had mechanical problems and couldn't fly, so it was an arduous trip. Furthermore, the banks of the Moonflow were packed with people wanting to see the new shoe puff.
Yeah, there really are 2 shoe puffs. Wow, there's so many spectators here, yeah?
Not precisely, Waka.
Huh? What are they if they're not spectators?
Half the people here are illusions. The Moonflow energy is responding to the will of the living. It's as if we're in the far plane.
Yes.
What? You can sense it too, Kurgum?
Yes, I can. For instance, that family there, the father and daughter are alive, but the mother... so sad.
I've never been on a far plane pilgrimage, but is it always this... vivid?
Not quite. It's true, this almost seems too...
Come on, Melo. We have to get home before night falls.
Okay. Mommy? You're coming with us, right?
She can't do that, sweetheart.
But why? She's here. She came to see us.
Come on, Melo. We can come visit her again another time.
No! I want her to come home.
Ugh, nice work, Dad. Of course she's gonna say that. It's hard enough to say goodbye once to a dead parent, but twice? That's just cruel.
Hey, Mommy? You'll come with us, right? Come home?
Yes, Milu. Let's go home.
Really?
This can't be.
Lady Yuna, could this be...
unbelievable.
Kurgum, explain.
A beckon delusion doesn't speak. More accurately, only the beckoner can hear the voice.
So, what? If it's not an illusion, we call that real, right?
You should report this to the council at once.
Agreed. Let's go. Hey, Kurgum, what are you doing? You're gonna dance?
Souls must be sent. Order must be maintained.
Kurgum, not now. It'll only cause sadness.
But this is too unnatural. It's wrong. The council must have known about this and wanted you to see it, right? So you can do something about it?
Even if that were so, now is not the time. No one has the right to violate this reunion. Not me, not the council.
Forget about rights. Look how happy they are. You two start sending everyone here, there'll be a riot. I don't want to be collateral damage.
Well, a little sending here and there won't take care of this, right? Let's come back later.
But...
Kurgum, please.
And so, we return to Bavel.
Chuami, your shoe.
Huh. What are we waiting on?
More importantly...
More importantly? Is there anything more important than my question? I don't think so.
When I stopped the sending, Lady Yuna looked relieved, right?
I guess.
I thought Lady Yuna was a righteous person.
Excessive hero worship. You expect too much.
Maybe... you're right.
Looking back now, we could have predicted this. What we saw that day at the Moonflow wasn't just an omen. It was a clear sign of the return. The return of what is now right before my eyes. Sin.
Sin? It has to be a mistake, right, Chuami? It's just some big monster.
No. That is sin. The sin that should no longer be.
Are you saying someone beckoned it to return?
Yes. Very strongly. Someone strongly wished for sin.
But what are we gonna do?
Only a summoner and the final Aeon can defeat sin.
But Lady Yuna, without the faith...
Yuna, let's go back to Besaid. They'll push this all on you. It doesn't matter to people that there's no faith. Sin is for summoners in their minds. It's just how it is. Kurgum, you coming?
I will abide by Lady Yuna's decision. Lady Yuna!
I have to see Tidus.
What is the deal with this woman? Seriously!
Chuami...
What are we waiting on now?
Chuami? Chuami, that room is... Shh. Chuami, it's not polite to eavesdrop.
Don't tell me you're not curious about what the High Summoner and the Superstar are talking about.
What does that mean?
You have that girl, so...
I told you, Marfi is just a friend.
Really?
Come on, Yuna. If you just think for a minute...
I can't think.
You're not yourself.
Yeah. Something's wrong with me. I didn't think this would... I'm sorry.
Well, as long as you're aware of it.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry, but I'm no longer looking at you.
What?
I think I'm in love with someone else.
Who?
Someone you don't know.
Let me meet him then.
I'm sorry.
Kurgum, this is unreal. Unreal! The world is about to end and she's having a spat! Why on Spira are you crying, Kurgum?
Chuami, I'm sorry. I'm in love with Lady Yuna. That's why I can't be with you. I'm sorry.
Say what now? Since when is our relationship like that? What's going on here?
If it's not like that, then it's fine. Yes, let's say goodbye here. We each have to go our separate ways.
Kurgum?
You can't understand, Chuami. Only summoners can.
Ah, and there it is. The Doomsday Statement.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. So I left the summoners and came back to Besaid. I was a little frazzled and not thinking straight, but I probably came here to drag out the people who defeated Sin once. Determined though he may be, it was too big a task for Kurgum.
And that was it.
So you just came crawling back here? That's a laugh.
So who do you think this guy is, Emenalus?
Figure it out yourself.
But she said it was someone I don't know. What?
Look for her. Find her. Embrace her.
But that's...
You're really pathetic. I thought you knew Yuna better than that.
I thought I did.
Thought you did.
I hate to interrupt, but Sin? Those two knew it was hopeless, but...
Who said it was hopeless?
What?
I mean, Sin came back, right? What's to stop anything else from coming back?
Does that mean... I didn't quite understand, so I looked at Tidus. With furrowed brows, he looked intently at the mayor, then suddenly opened his eyes wide.
We have to go.
Yeah.
I was as confused as ever, but I couldn't ask. All I could ask was... I wonder where they are now.
Wherever they are, we have to get there.
Even though she dumped you?
I made a promise that we'd always be together.
Oh, really? The mushy stuff now, I thought? But as I saw the pain in his face, I could say nothing.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
That was it. That was it. Okay, I think there's gonna be a little bit of things to discuss here, because holy shit, in just a half hours, a lot happened, alright? Let me just get this Pikachu out of the way. Let me put you back to your perch. That's where you belong. Yeah, I feel you there, Car. You understand what you mean there. This is honestly pretty weird, because honestly, it's kind of like, yeah, like what you said there, Car. You like this whole thing about, like, we literally beat Sin, like, on the first game, and now we're gonna see, like, on X3, if it ever comes out, we're gonna see Sin again. Okay, so think about this, Vitali. Tidus' appearance is canonical, right? Because in X-2.8, Tidus is back. I'm not sure what happened with X2 last mission. I'm not sure if that's considered to be canonical or not, but that's a thing, in any case. I feel like the reason is because Tidus was the... No, Yuna was the first one to, like, form this sort of like a beckoning, so to speak. Because Tidus was always a dream. They were always a person that didn't really exist. They were an echo from 1,000 years ago. So I had this feeling. Yuna was the one that basically initiated this whole movement towards having a method to bring something you love back, or something you want back. So when you have strong enough of a wish for something, you can bring it back, which is a pretty funny thing considering the fact that like Faith are already freaking tired of like having to maintain the image or like maintain the memory of whole Zanarkand from 1,000 years ago. Like they spent all their energy trying to preserve the image of Zanarkand, and that's why they decided that they had to leave, and that's why Tidus had to leave at some point. And now this initiated a whole thing where rather than just Tidus being the only one that brought back from the far plane, we're now bringing other things back from the far plane, and that's what the whole beckoning thing is about. So like beckoners and beckoning is just about the reverse of sending. We're gonna bring something back from the far plane, and it's not just limited to Tidus anymore. It became an established method. And that's really the only way I can say it, but the real question is, why Sin? Why would anybody want Sin back? And in general, why are we getting this concept again? Like, I really do feel like I agree with you on this one, Karya. Like, the fact that we're basically like, it really gives the feeling of that we're running out of ideas with this one, but we need to milk it because it's a good game. It's a very popular game, so we had to come up with something. Oh, bingo! Let's bring the same problem that we had on the first game back. That's a great idea. I just hope the game is gonna be this good to play at that point. And I really hope there's gonna be a good reasoning for the story. There's better be a good one, because honestly, I'm not all that, let's say, positive about this either. Because, yeah, that's a little bit of a low blow to bring back the very thing that, you know, we destroyed in the very first game. And as for what you guys were talking about this, I'm gonna first say that the thing about whatever, I think, like, yeah, what you said there, was it Vitali? Yeah, it was you. So Vitali, the thing about actually like being Squall's daughter, because they said whatever, it really sounds like Squall indeed, but yeah. I'm not sure, there is again no like real definite proof that they were actually Auron's daughter. And besides, I was like thinking about this. How the hell do you have babies with a dead man? Because Auron was already dead at the time. Maybe Chuami is also a beckoner, or like a beckon creature. Like maybe Chuami is never meant to be really in the first place. Like maybe Chuami is an actual beckon creature, just like Auron was, basically. Before beckoning was a real method, but they're like just an echo from 1,000 years ago. Because I was thinking the same thing too, like, how would it make sense for Auron to be able to conceive a baby to somebody? And the fact that Lulu said it herself that Auron is the kind of guy that doesn't hide this kind of stuff. And besides, I don't think Auron would have really had a chance to do that anywhere. I mean, really. I mean, they've been stuck with the summoning party for quite a while. They've been stuck as a guardian a lot of times, so I feel like Auron may have had a child before. So, yeah. That's an interesting part. Or... There's also the thing that Auron, in his young... Auron was working with Braska, and they were still alive back then. Actually, Auron is not an ancient thing like Zanarkand, like from Zanarkand, like Jack and Auron were. Or Jack and Tidus were. So actually, Auron is actually kind of canonical, possibly. It is possible that before Auron became a guardian, they actually had a child. Although it does make... It is pretty funny in the way that because Auron is a fighter monk, it wouldn't make sense for them to really have a chance to make a child, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's not like celibacy is maybe not a thing there, in their religion. So, yeah, that's some food for thought. So just so like we're on the same page on this one, guys. So like Tidus and Jecht were from Zanarkand from over 1,000 years ago, but Auron was actually from Spira. They were always part of the new Spira. And they died and they joined Yuna's party 10 years later, not 1,000 years later. So there is a very, like, not such a long gap between. So it's fully possible that Auron in their youth managed to conceive a baby. They died, were gone for 10 years, came back to become the Summoner's party member for Yuna. And now there is a 17-year-old kid walking around. He is. He is. But then again, they did say that Mother only talks about her father. So yeah, I don't know what happened there, but maybe they were already like, maybe they were a happy father, but then they had to become a summoner's party member, and they just died. They didn't intend to, but they did, and so they never managed to take care of their child. But interesting. Was there anything else? Right, the whole relationship drama. I mean, for fuck's sake, man. Yuna loses boyfriend at end of first game. Yuna wants boyfriend back 2 years later from the first game. On the second game, they get boyfriend back, they're happy, and a year later they're already like, broken up basically. This is the wasn't Oren expelled from the order because he refused a political marriage before he became a guardian? I don't remember actually the thing about the political marriage. I know there was some backstory as to why he was like kind of refused and why he was in jail, I believe. No, actually no. It was Jack that was in jail. I don't remember exactly how Oren's backstory with that went, but it is fully possible. It is fully possible. Yeah, but pretty much, like, literally this thing, like, that was said in X2, like, if I understood this correctly, like, was just stuck living this very mundane and sedentary life, and I feel like it has something to do with the fact that they just became basically like a bored housewife. They were just stuck playing the common game for too long, and they just got tired. But, honestly, Yuna talked about a boy they were interested in, or they were hanging out with. I'm not sure if this was Titus, or if this was something else. If they're referring to this other person they mentioned they loved. But then again, if you guys remember the interaction between Lulu and Titus, Lulu said herself that you shouldn't believe them, like believe Yuna, just go and embrace her. The idea is that I feel like, because Yuna mentioned herself that there was somebody that she was concerned about, somebody that they felt that Titus was having a affair with. So I feel like Yuna has been just kind of like, Yuna has been afraid of like this kind of two-timing this whole time. And they were using that as an excuse to like keep Titus back because they didn't want to like believe that they were actually clean. So what Lulu meant to say there is that there actually is no affair. In fact, Titus is still, or Yuna is still clean, but they just wanted to lie to Titus just because they want to, I guess, in some way, kind of like reaffirm if Titus actually cares about her. But Titus is, well, just like in any single harem anime ever, they are basically like a stuck-up bonehead who doesn't understand this kind of stuff. And honestly, neither would I, without the help of some female assistants in this one. So my guess is that Yuna is actually free, but he doesn't trust Titus. Mayor's news do, basically, yeah. First time though anybody mentions her tits, and the first time anybody actually mentions Titus by name. So I'm pretty happy to see that there is like an actual canonical pronunciation now there. Yeah. It was kind of like the thing, I guess in the same way as it was in last mission's ending, that I guess now that there is like no connected path between these people, like there was with Riku, Yuna, and Pain. I think the same thing haunts Yuna and Titus in the same way that now that they no longer had this united goal to go with, they no longer had a sin to fight, they no longer had a guardian and summoner relationship. Suddenly, like, that all just went apart because they suddenly had different interests. Maybe they just didn't like see eye to eye anymore. I feel like that might be about the case, but I cannot really say that for sure, but well, I guess that would be one explanation maybe. But that remains to be seen. Anyway, I think that's everything. Or does anybody else here have any other thoughts or questions about this? Because I could, of course, take in some other, like, debatable questions here. But I think I got a pretty good idea what's going on here and what to interpret from this. Like, things are not often all that black and white with these kind of things. And it does seem to me so far that, well, Titus and Yuna are not seeing each other, at least canonically. I do still wonder why Titus was wounded, and why they're in Bevel, and what they were doing. But at least I see that, they're like apart, but there's not like there is like anything else going on. They haven't moved on from each other, necessarily. Yeah, I guess so. Because you kind of end up becoming comrades whether you like it or not. You need each other to last. It's a kind of that kind of thing. Like, that's the same thing that was said in Last Mission, basically. Like, how Riku, Pain, and Yuna had turned out to be so different that they actually started, like, growing apart from each other because they had, like, their own differences. Like, the thing was that they were great companions when they first were doing the missions with the sphere hunting, but that was only when they were sphere hunting. They had a common cause. But now that was gone... Now that that was gone, suddenly Yuna, Riku, and Pain didn't get along each other. Pain wanted to write a book, Yuna wanted to just live a sedentary life, and Riku was a busy bee. So they all had different interests, and that just drifted them apart. That was kind of discussed in Speed. So that's a movie, I suppose. Okay. I don't know the movie myself, but I do see the truth in this. I don't know the kind of like stereotypical references, but I do know what they're talking about. Like, I am not dumb to this kind of relationship dilemma. I think it is fully viable that this is happening. But, really, like, Yuna spends 2 years trying to look for her boyfriend. And this is what happened. She cannot even last with him for a year. And then she accuses him of being a swindler. This is... I don't know, this is just a kind of like outrageous bullshit that, like, you know, you build this relationship drama just to make it into a game. It's like... I don't know. This is actually something of a little bit more of a disappointing thing. This is even more disappointing to me than the actual, like, game concept going back to Sin. Because, I mean, I was just like... Guys, I spent 200 hours in Final Fantasy X2 to get Tidus back. And this is the shit that I get. This is the shit that I get. Like, seriously. Oh, God. But okay. I think we are pretty clear on that one, though, now, like, so, yeah. One minute these days, I tell you, Aim. That's why I'm single. I mean, I would like to say that I'm not exactly dumb on what's happening here. Like, I think I can read between the lines, but I don't want to deal with this bullshit. If I had to deal with this in real life, yeah, my life would be way too, like... I'm busy enough. I don't need this shit. I don't need this, man. But anyway, I guess that is all for this. If nobody else has any thoughts to bring out, no more questions and such, then I guess we can move on from this. It's been great. That's why you're single too. Welcome to the team, buddy. Welcome to the team. But anyway, I guess on that note, I'll be closing the book finally on Final Fantasy. I'm not sure how many hours I spent on this on streams overall, but it's been several hundred for sure. I mean, I did like, I think 28-ish Final Fantasy X videos, then I made 46, I think, Final Fantasy X2 videos, and then I made 6 Last Mission videos. So yeah, that's quite on the 80-ish streams. So 300 plus hours. Yeah, let's move on. So I'll be making this initial program here that everybody here on YouTube already knows what's going on, but in case you haven't seen this before, so we're gonna make a transition between some stream thumbnails, because otherwise we wouldn't have topical streams on. But before we do that, let me actually first update the thumbnail on Twitch here. So, I believe because we're playing Game Boy Advanced, it would obviously be the case that, it would be an obvious case that, this will fit in retro still. Ah, yeah. That is a very nice integration indeed. It's because, like, well, of course the chat is visible there, like right there. It's like visible here, but that's if you don't want to pay attention to the chat over there. The bot delivers messages between those two instances. So YouTube to Twitch and Twitch to YouTube. That's how you guys can interact with each other so smoothly. But yeah, glad to see you here as well, Eddie. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to, like, tell you hi there, but yeah, I saw you there. Glad you can make it. And you're gonna get to some interesting stuff because we're about to move on to Final Fantasy Tactics for my first time ever. So now I need to think about the thumbnail here. So, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance FFTA. Actually, hold on. Do I want to go blind playthrough first or Final Fantasy Tactics Advance? I think if I do blind playthrough and just see the Final Fantasy in the title, how many letters is that? Blind 6 playthrough. That's 11. So 18, 19, 25, 24, 25. Yeah, if anybody sees this on Twitch, they're gonna see like blind playthrough Final Fantasy TAC. So they already know it's at least something about FFTA, or FFT at least. So we're talking about that very specific Final Fantasy franchise. Or you know what? I think I'm gonna just start with the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Blind playthrough. Street. Let's just like go #1 and I don't know what to say about this game because I don't know anything. I guess I'm gonna say something that what I would say because I don't know anything about the sequels on this game. Ramza fanboy is back. I actually love Ramza, honestly. Maybe it's like, you know, maybe people don't really understand it so well, or maybe like other people may not agree as well, but I don't know, like even though Ramza never had a voice actor properly, like only in the cutscenes, and even though he was really just like kind of like an anti-hero basically in the society's name, he was still a pretty cool character, and I think he was pretty, you know, a pretty understandable fella. I liked him as a character. I do like to, you know, see how this game is gonna connect to the first Final Fantasy Tactics game. Maybe it's gonna be fully detached, but I do want to believe that there is some connection. Even if a distant one. Maybe like 100 years later, after King Delisle's dead and such. We'll see. FFTA. We're getting funny here, boys. There we go. And now, I'm gonna do the preparation on the YouTube side. So, I'm gonna send you, as usual, guys, a YouTube link on YouTube. That's gonna be the new place we're gonna go to. Let me just first make that thumbnail public. And after that, we're gonna move on straight to the Final Fantasy Tactics part. Thanks for everybody, actually, for the likes. I see we already have 3 on this one, even though it's a very small stream. And for a very specific thing, so thank you guys for all of your support there. So, let me just make this visible. And the reason we don't have the stream reservations for later this week is because we have to do the stream once for me to be able to copy the information to make the stream thumbnail stuff a bit easier to handle. So public, there we go. It should appear very soon. Yep. Your channel. Do I get it? Not yet, it seems. Okay, it's gonna take a while. Just like it always does with YouTube. So can I just go to the link from here? I think I could. Let's see. Actually, I did put the stream timing to be at roughly at, I think at like 17, so like an hour from here. And it actually seems to be pretty accurate. Like from this hour from the beginning of the stream, so pretty accurate timing on that. Anyway, I'm gonna get this prepared now, so YouTube side, you're gonna be going to this link. Oh wait, hold on, this is Twitch. YouTube, you're gonna go over here. So anybody that wants to see Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, go ahead and check that link out. I'm gonna be there in just a minute. So I'll be closing the book here. I'll be putting this link as well on the broadcasts over here. So we'll continue with the real game here. Kappa. There we go. There we go. And of course, I need to also remind it's live. There we go. Alright, so I'll stop this stream here. So thank you very much, everyone from YouTube. See you on the Final Fantasy Tactics side. Laters, guys. There we go. Okay. Twitch people here.